been there before. The merchant classes were the ones that were either financing slavery or had a direct link. Let's say, for instance, they had a plantation and then they would come back to England.
Picture a quiet barn where forgotten treasures are reborn, each one carrying a family's story, brought to life by Jay Blade's warm smile. He was the soul of the repair shop, mending hearts as much as heirlooms. But in 2024, a shocking twist changed everything. Accused of behavior that stunned his fans, Jay now faces a trial that could rewrite his legacy. Can the man who restored so much salvage his own story? Join us to uncover the truth behind the headlines. Something extraordinary happens when a worn-out object, heavy with memories, is given new life. In a quiet barn in West Sussex, one man stood at the heart of this magic, his warm smile and boundless enthusiasm, turning forgotten treasures into stories reborn. Jay Blades, the soul of the repair shop, became a beacon of hope for millions. But a shadow has recently fallen over his journey, leaving fans wondering what secrets lie behind his sudden silence. Born on February 21, 1970 in Brent, North London, Jay grew up in Hackney, a place where survival demanded resilience. As a young boy, he faced racism at school and beyond, challenges that could have dimmed his spirit. Add to that undiagnosed dyslexia, which made learning a battle until he was 31, and you begin to see the grit that shaped him. Yet, even as a child, Jay found solace in creating with his hands. A broken chair wasn't just junk, it was a puzzle to solve, a chance to make something beautiful again. Could this spark of creativity have been the seed of his future fame? Jay's early years weren't easy. He worked as a laborer and in factories, jobs that tested his endurance but never his heart. His passion for restoration grew quietly, like a fire waiting to blaze. By his late 20s, he was transforming discarded furniture into works of art, not just fixing wood but weaving stories back into every piece. In Wolverhampton, he founded Jay & Company, a social enterprise that empowered disadvantaged youth through craftsmanship. His kindness and skill earned him a reputation as more than a craftsman. He was a keeper of memories. But how did this local hero become a national treasure? When the repair shop premiered in 2017, it was unlike anything on television. It wasn't about competition or drama, but about ordinary people entrusting their cherished heirlooms to skilled artisans. Jay, with his infectious laugh and genuine curiosity, was the perfect guide. He didn't just host, he connected. Whether it was a guest sharing the story of a grandmother's wedding dress or a craftsman painstakingly reviving a century-old clock, Jay's presence made every moment feel intimate. The show, drawing 2.5 million viewers weekly, became a cultural touchstone, a reminder that objects carry the weight of human connection. What was it about Jay that made viewers feel like family? One unforgettable moment came when Jay stood beside a guest as they unveiled a restored military uniform, once worn by a grandfather who served in World War II. The guest's tears, mirrored by Jay's quiet reverence, spoke to the show's power to heal. Another time, he worked with restorer Will Kirk to bring a family's childhood piano back to life. When the first notes rang out, the family's joy was electric, and Jay's beaming smile lit up the barn. These moments weren't just about craftsmanship, they were about restoring hope. How did Jay turn a simple repair into a life-changing experience? The repair shop became a phenomenon, its 13th series airing in 2024, because it tapped into something universal: the need to hold onto the past. Jay's ability to listen, to honor every story, made him the show's heartbeat. He wasn't just a presenter, he was a mentor, a friend, even a therapist of sorts. In 2021, he shared his own struggles in a documentary, Jay Blades, Learning to Read at 51, revealing how he overcame his literacy challenges with the help of Read Easy UK. His vulnerability inspired millions, showing that even heroes face battles. But could his openness have hinted at deeper struggles? Jay's influence extended beyond the barn. In 2021, he was honored with an MBE for services to craft, and in 2022, he became the first Chancellor of Buckinghamshire New University, a role he held until September 2024. He even led a special episode of The Repair Shop in October 2022, featuring King Charles III, a testament to the show's cultural impact. His memoir, Making It: How Love, Kindness, and Community Helped Me Repair My Life, published in 2021, detailed his journey from hardship to hope, resonating with fans who saw him as a symbol of second chances. Yet what happens when a symbol faces its own reckoning? In May 2024, whispers of trouble emerged. Jay's wife, Lisa Zabozan, announced their separation on Instagram, describing their marriage as deeply challenging. By September, reports surfaced of serious allegations against Jay, leading to his departure from The Repair Shop. The BBC pulled episodes featuring him, and he stepped down from roles at the King's Foundation and his university chancellorship. Fans who had cherished his warmth were left reeling. How could the man who restored so many lives face such a storm? The allegations which Jay has denied have cast a long shadow. With a trial set for August 2025, the future is uncertain. The Repair Shop has moved forward, with Will Kirk and Dominic Chinea stepping in as co-foremen in 2024, preserving the show's legacy. Yet, the barn feels different without Jay's laughter. His story, once a beacon of triumph, now carries a question mark. Can a man who rebuilt so much rebuild himself? In the quiet West Sussex barn where the Repair Shop weaves its magic, Jay Blades stood as more than a host. He was the pulse of a show that mended not just objects but hearts. His journey from a tough Hackney childhood to a beloved TV figure was a testament to grit and grace. Yet, as the world celebrated his warmth, a storm was brewing, one that would challenge the very foundation of his legacy. What happens when the man who restored so much faces a crisis that threatens to unravel it all? Jay's early years were anything but easy. Born in 1970, he grew up in a neighborhood where racism was a daily hurdle, and undiagnosed dyslexia turned learning into a struggle. School felt like a battlefield, but Jay found solace in his hands, fixing a broken chair or breathing life into discarded furniture. This knack for creation wasn't just a hobby, it was a lifeline. By his late 20s, he was channeling that passion into Jay & Company, a Wolverhampton-based social enterprise that empowered young people through craftsmanship. His work wasn't about fame, it was about giving others the tools to rebuild their lives. Could this quiet mission have been the spark that lit his path to stardom? When the Repair Shop debuted in 2017, it was a breath of fresh air in a world of flashy reality TV. The show, now in its 13th series as of 2024, celebrated the beauty of ordinary stories, family heirlooms carrying decades of love and loss. Jay, with his easy laugh and genuine curiosity, was the perfect guide. In one unforgettable episode, he stood beside a guest as they unveiled a restored World War II military uniform, a relic of a grandfather's service. The guest's tears mirrored Jay's quiet reverence, a moment that captured the show's heart. It wasn't just about fixing things, it was about honoring memories. How did Jay turn a simple restoration into a bridge between generations? The show's global reach, with over 2.5 million weekly viewers, owed much to Jay's ability to make every guest feel seen. His warmth turned the barn into a sanctuary, especially during tough times like the 2020 global lockdowns when people craved connection. Jay's authenticity, rooted in his own struggles, made him a symbol of hope. In 2021, he shared his journey of learning to read at 51 in a documentary, Jay Blades, Learning to Read at 51, inspiring countless viewers to face their own challenges. His 2021 memoir, Making It, further revealed a man who rose from hardship through kindness and community. But could even his resilience withstand the pressures of fame? As Jay's star rose, so did the scrutiny. The spotlight that once felt warm began to burn. In May 2024, his wife, Lisa Zabozan, announced their separation on Instagram, calling their marriage very broken. Fans who had seen Jay as a pillar of stability were stunned. Then, in September 2024, the narrative took a darker turn. Reports emerged of serious allegations against Jay, accusing him of controlling behavior toward Lisa. The claims, which he has denied, painted a troubling picture that clashed with the gentle craftsman fans adored. How could the man who mended so many lives be at the center of such a storm? The fallout was immediate. The BBC, prioritizing the integrity of the repair shop, pulled episodes featuring Jay from its schedule. Producers scrambled to fill the void, with artisans like Will Kirk and Dominic Chinea stepping into larger roles. The show's live tour, a celebration of its success, excluded Jay, and other projects crumbled. Channel 4 shelved a planned sequel to his travel series with Dame Judi Dench, and Channel 5 canceled his documentary, A Country House Through Time. The decisions were swift, reflecting the gravity of the situation. Yet, for fans, the absence of Jay's familiar smile left a void in the barn. Could the repair shop ever feel the same without him? Amid the chaos, glimpses of Jay's spirit persisted. Reports surfaced of him hosting late-night DJ sessions online, spinning tracks as a way to connect with fans and perhaps find solace. His social media, though quieter, showed a man trying to hold on to normalcy. But the weight of public scrutiny was relentless. Tabloids dissected his personal life, and social media buzzed with divided opinions. Some defending his legacy, others questioning his character. The man who had once been a beacon of unity now found himself at the heart of division. As the world awaited answers, a trial was set for August 2025 to address the allegations. But in April 2025, news broke that the trial had been delayed, leaving Jay's future and his legacy in limbo. The delay, reported by outlets like the Worcester News and Express and Star, added another layer of uncertainty to a story already fraught with questions. The legal process, meant to bring clarity, now mirrored the unfinished restorations in the barn, waiting for resolution. Yet, even in this turmoil, Jay's impact endures. His work with disadvantaged youth, his advocacy for mental health, and his ability to make every guest feel valued remain undeniable. He is, like the heirlooms he restored, a complex tapestry of beauty and flaws. His story challenges us to see the humanity in those we admire, to hold space for both their triumphs and their struggles. In a world where headlines often drown out the heart, Jay Blades stepped forward, his voice soft but resolute, breaking months of silence with words that carried the weight of gratitude and grace. After the storm of allegations that swept him from the repair shop, he chose not to dwell on the legal battles looming ahead, but to honor the show that had been his sanctuary. What could drive a man, facing such scrutiny, to speak with such warmth about a chapter that seemed closed? His answer lies in the barn, a place where broken things find new life, and where Jay found his own. Jay's connection to the repair shop ran deeper than the cameras could capture. "That barn wasn't just a set," he said in a rare interview in early 2025, his eyes bright with memory. "It was a family, a place where we didn't just fix objects, we mended hearts." For Jay, the show was a mirror of his own journey, from a hackneyed childhood marked by struggle to a platform where he could share his love for craft. Each restoration, whether a grandmother's wedding dress or a child's battered toy, was a chance to weave stories back into the fabric of families. Could this deep bond explain why, even now, he spoke of the show with such reverence? The barn, nestled in the West Sussex countryside, was more than a workshop. It was a haven where artisans like Will Kirk, Dom Chinaya, and Julie Tatchell poured their expertise into every stitch and screw. Jay often marveled at their skill, crediting their decades of experience for the show's authenticity. "They taught me as much as I taught them," he admitted, a nod to the collaborative spirit that made the repair shop a global phenomenon, reaching over 2.5 million viewers weekly by 2024. His role as the bridge between craftsmen and guests created moments that lingered, like the time a restored military uniform brought a family to tears, or when a childhood piano's first notes sparked joy. How did Jay's presence turn these moments into something unforgettable? When Jay spoke, fans listened, but their reactions were a tapestry of emotions. Social media platforms like X buzzed with debates in early 2025, as reported by outlets like Hello. Some viewers felt betrayed, grappling with the allegations of controlling behavior toward his estranged wife, Lisa's bosun, which he has denied. How can the man who brought us so much hope be caught in this? One post read. Others clung to his words, moved by his refusal to let bitterness define him. Jay's love for the repair shop reminds us why we fell in love with it, another fan shared. His ability to focus on gratitude rather than grievance left many wondering. Could this be the start of a new chapter for him? Behind the scenes, the BBC faced a delicate dance. The allegations, first reported in September 2024, prompted swift action. Episodes featuring Jay were pulled, and his absence from promotional materials was stark. Producers turned to the show's talented ensemble, spotlighting craftsmen like Will Kirk and Dom Chinea, who stepped into larger roles with ease. By March 2025, the repair shop was filming its 13th series at the Wealden Downland Living Museum, as noted by Hello, with guest presenters like Bill Patterson filling the void. The show's core, its celebration of restoration and community, remained intact, but the barn felt different without Jay's laughter. Could the show ever recapture its original magic? Jay, however, refused to fade entirely. In the midst of uncertainty, he found solace in late-night DJ sessions, streaming music and banter to fans on platforms like Instagram. These moments, reported by GB News in March 2025, showed a man still connected to his audience, still seeking joy. "He's not hiding," a supporter commented online. "He's out there, being himself." These sessions were a lifeline, a way to reclaim his voice outside the headlines. Yet, the shadow of his upcoming trial, now set for August 2025, after a delay reported by the Worcester News, loomed large. What would the outcome mean for a man who had built so much? The legal process, as complex as any restoration, added layers of uncertainty. Jay's plea of not guilty, entered in October 2024 at Worcester Crown Court, set the stage for a trial that could redefine his future. Until then, he remained a figure of resilience, his story a reminder that even heroes are human. The repair shop moved forward, its craftsmen carrying the torch, but Jay's absence was a quiet ache. The show's legacy, built on kindness and connection, stood firm, yet fans couldn't help but wonder, could Jay ever return to the barn that shaped him? Jay's journey wasn't just about television, it was about turning passion into purpose. By 2023, his net worth was estimated at $3 million, according to Wales Online, a reflection of his multifaceted career. His business ventures like Street Dreams, a social enterprise teaching youth to restore furniture, showcased his entrepreneurial heart. His books Making It, 2021, and DIY with Jay, 2022, brought in royalties while sharing his story of overcoming adversity. Television roles from The Repair Shop to Money for Nothing cemented his financial success, while details of luxury possessions like cars or watches are scarce. Jay likely enjoys a comfortable home, perhaps in the countryside, filled with tools that tell his story of craft. His true wealth, though, lies in impact, mentoring youth, advocating for mental health, and preserving traditional skills. His lesson? Success isn't just money, it's the lives you touch and the legacy you leave. As the repair shop forges ahead, its barn remains a symbol of hope, each restoration echoing Jay's belief in second chances. His story, like the heirlooms he once mended, is intricate, flawed, beautiful, and unfinished. Will he reclaim his place in the spotlight or carve a new path in the shadows? Only time will tell, but one truth endures. Jay Blade's heart, like the objects he restored, is a work in progress, forever bound to the art of making things whole again. Jay Blade's journey, from mending heirlooms to facing personal trials, shows that even the strongest hearts can falter, yet hope endures. His friend Steve Fletcher's recent reunion, sharing tea and laughter, proves connections outlast storms. The repair shop thrives with new faces, carrying forward its legacy of care. As Jay awaits his August 2025 trial, his story challenges us to weigh legacy against flaws. What do you think? Can everyone earn a second chance? Share below, hit like, subscribe, and join us for more tales of triumph and truth.